Talk us through then what an average day, maybe a day like today, involves for your training pattern when you're maybe not building up to a big event, when you're just doing your basic kind of ticking over training.
Well, ticking over at this phase, we've got our national trials for the 3As next weekend, the 14th of February. So at this stage, based on what I ran last week at the Birmingham Games, I'm in fairly good shape. My 6:57, my 6:52, my 6:54 is the equivalent to like a 9:8 run, which I did in the space of 3 or 4 hours. Which for me is remarkable because I've never been in that type of shape. But I've focused on the errors that occurred in last year's World Championship indoors. And we've critiqued a few things, we've improved certain areas where I was having mistakes. And again, I've never really done the indoors. But I find doing it is going to help me outdoors and improve my overall 100-metre performance. And if I want to beat the likes of Usain Bolt and the Half of Power, then I have to improve my first phase of the race. So when we've got time off, like this phase where we've got literally 2-week window, we work on just executing our drive phase and not putting so much emphasis on running fast, but learning how to crawl before we walk. So we literally come off, go back to the drawing board again and reprogram ourselves to make sure we're doing the right things in order to get the results we want. And then closer to the time, we do less training, but we do more quick, sharp bursts and go home.
And I guess the obvious thing that makes it different to the training that you'll have done with the American football and the Rugby League is the impact side of things is no longer an issue here.
No.
But I suppose the minutiae that you go into to go through every tiny little detail is the biggest difference between this and maybe the American football or the rugby.
Yes, both sports there's a very technical approach to it because it's strategy. Although you may see us, the gun goes bang and we run, there's a strategy to running fast, there's a strategy to catching American football, there's a strategy to taking the hits in the rugby field. And I've been blessed with all three experiences. The other two above were very demanding on my body, hence why I didn't last too long in it, because although I'm very muscular, I'm not solid. Sprinters have to be fluid in their technique, their bodies have to be soft. But again, American football and rugby were opportunities for me to try and earn a living based on my past experiences. But with that in mind, I've had a great appreciation for the demand that athletes have to go through in order to succeed. And again, they're team sports. I'm not familiar with team sports. The only interaction we have as a team sport is with the 4x1 relay. So I had to learn to lose my ego and bond with guys and learn to take hits, which was tough. Very, very tough on me because I'm just not used to it. But I wanted to compete, and I'm a competitor at heart, so I suckered up. I just got myself prepared mentally. Again, if the mind ain't right, the body's just going to quiver. So I had to toughen up in the space of 48 hours. And again, I got stuck in, and all the hard work eventually paid off. So, but more importantly, I'm back to my first love, running, and this is where I'll shine.